Fix is in.
Today we're going to be looking at another Series 3 figure. This one here is Tank Girl. No, I'm just kidding. It's Sprocket in a tank. So it's Series 3 Sprocket, or on the package it was called Heavy Duty Sprocket. And well, it'll be interesting to see if the name carries over. But this is extremely light. You can tell that the whole thing's hollow, and she doesn't actually have a body. She's just kind of like, you know, the top half of her body just stuck on. And you can tell just by picking this up that it's extremely light. There's a lot of characters smaller than this that weigh more. But construction-wise, that looks pretty cool. I would have loved to have seen a little bit of coloring in the tank. Even just a little bit, you know, like black treads and maybe a little bit up through the rivets and everything else. You know, it's got the little symbol on the back here for being a tech element. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Oh, her arm, well, it doesn't move, but it's flexible enough that it will move a bit. I wouldn't want to play with it too much though. I'll make sure not to point that out to my son. I don't like the look of her fingers, to be honest. They look more like cat claws than fingers. And she's only got 3 of them. Okay, but anyway, I'm sure she'll play just fine in game. And why is her skin so gold? It's the same color as the tank. But let's go ahead, we'll put her on the portal, and let's go check her out in game, make sure, well, I'm pretty sure she'll work, but let's go see what her skills are and her stats. Hello everybody, here we are back in Skylanders Swap Force. This time around we have Heavy Duty Sprocket, and, you know, she looks pretty much the same. I guess the color's a little more saturated on her, but I find that for the whole game in general. Let's go, we'll check out her attacks that she starts with. Yeah, they're sheep. So, wrench attack. It's hitting for 30. Let's see if we can get a crit. See if we can get a 45 out of it. There we go. And her second attack, which is... well, there we go. So it hits for 7. It lasts a little while. Did they increase the speed at which it fires? I'm not really sure. We got a crit in there for 11. It lasts a fairly long time though, longer than I remembered. I guess I'm not used to having them survive that long. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take a look at her stats. So Heavy Duty Sprocket starts off with 240 health, 43 speed, 30 armor, 3 crit, and while it shows 91 elemental power, keep in mind that 66 is from all the other tech Skylanders we've added to our game. So for upgrades, Sprocket starts off with Wrench Whack. That's kind of a tongue twister for me. Wrench Whack. Anyway, press Y to swing the big wrench, press Y and hold Y to perform a combo. So right off the bat, you get a combo with her. Next up, we have Turret Gun-O-Matic. Press A to build a turret that shoots enemies. Climb inside it by facing the turret and pressing A. Press B to exit the turret. Now, that's something we didn't check out, so let's quickly go look at that right now. Get in. Then jump in. So there we go. Now we can control the turret. And it seems to shoot pretty much as fast as you can hit that button or hold it down. That's not too bad. Probably lasts about the same. It doesn't actually say anything about how long it lasts. Let's just sit here and keep shooting the target dummy. Maybe it does last longer when you're in it. It definitely feels that way. All sheep are evil. Yeah, I'm going to say it lasts longer. Indefinitely, I don't know. I don't really have the patience to sit here and see exactly how long. But you press B to get out. So that does work. Let's go on and we'll take a look at the rest of our skills. So the next one you get is Auto Turret version 2. The Gun-O-Matic deals increased damage and has more HP. The thing I didn't like about Sprocket was I just found her skills so slow to activate. Like, you gotta wait a couple seconds for the turret to get up, and then if you do eventually get the tanks, and you got to jump in it. Nightmare mode, if people watched my playthrough on Skylander Giants, I just found that delay and actually getting her skills to go off was just too much, at least for my personal preference. Your mileage may vary. But anyway, next up, did we do this one? Yes, we did. Next up is bouncing and Betty mines. Really? Okay. Press X to toss mines that explode when enemies are near. 2 times the turrets can have 2 active turrets at once. That's actually pretty cool. And of course, tanks a lot. When climbing inside of a turret, it transforms into a drivable assault tank. Yes, it does sound really cool. So her first skill after the fork is Landmine Gull. Facing a mine, press Y to send it flying towards enemies. And her new skill in Skylanders Swap Force is Tanks for the New Toy. While driving a tank, hold A to fire a Tesla cannon. Turrets and tanks do increased damage. That actually might be really cool. But let's go ahead and we'll check out the forks. So the first one on the top is Sprocket Combos. Press YY and hold A for Power Surge. Press YY and hold X for Mines O'Plenty. Cool. Let's go ahead. We'll check out the other one. Monkey Wrench. Better Wrench does increased damage. All mines. Sprocket can now deploy 3 bouncing Betty mines at once. You know, to be honest, I think that's the line we took with our other Sprocket. Sounds very familiar. So this time around, if that is true, we'll be taking this one here. Actually, no, we took this one here. I remember dropping mines out of our tank. Mine drop. While driving a tank, press X to drop mines out of the back. Exploding shells. Turrets and tank shells now explode on contact, doing extra damage. Self-destruction system. When a turret or tank expires, it detonates and damages nearby enemies. So that concludes our first look at Sprocket, or I guess Heavy Duty Sprocket, as you see her name there. But as always, if you liked the video as much as I liked making it, go ahead and make sure to hit that little thumbs up button. And as always, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss when the next video comes up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.